Beautiful soft lighting and colors. Good exposure for this pleasing image, which is composed well. I like the arch. Good choice to keep it off balance by not showing the whole arch. Framing a little tight at the top. Good image, nice and crisp by using fast shutter speed. Love the churning water. Excellent sharpness. Good placement in frame. Good job using high enough shutter speed to mostly freeze the wings. Next opportunity like this, consider increasing the shutter speed even more to 1/6000th or 1/8000th if possible to capture more water detail. That's Patrick's recommendation. I'm not sure I agree. Some white highlights appear blown out. For white birds in sun, you typically have to underexpose nearly 2 stops to avoid blown highlights. I'd score this higher if the wings were outspread, although I know how hard it is to catch this moment. We can only try. Love this. The beautiful twisting tree trunks competing for light and the path into the image. The tiny person makes the image. Exposed well with lots of detail. The metallic paper choice enhances the green leaves. The lone dog waiting for a lone person on the road, as if to say, "Hurry up, let's go!" The matting adds to the beautiful presentation. Note that the mat has slipped on the edge. Nice scene of interesting church interior. As inside church scenes go, you have controlled the highlights and shadows very well. Good colors and exposure, excellent sharpness and depth of field. Plenty of detail throughout. Well done. You do have some noise showing up in the shadows and in back right of man's jacket. Good assortment of tools, good color and tone, excellent sharpness and good exposure. Lighting is handled well. The light doorway in the upper right is distracting. I suggest cropping it out. The bright wood handle on the left is also distracting. Either tone it down, or better yet, remove the object before photographing the scene. Good opportunity to be there with wildlife. Good tone and color. The image is split, with the waterway bearing right and the deer looking left. Try a different angle and view to show better balance of the image. I like the peaceful feel of this image. Good sharpness, exposure, and depth of field. Good placement of the stream bank so it enters at the lower right corner. Suggest straightening the horizon. It would have more impact if the deer was looking into the scene, although this is obviously beyond the control of the photographer. Which way is up? The maker has done some work and the image is pleasing to look at. The bold colors make this a striking image. Question: did the maker draw the original image used to create this? If so, great work on the image. If not, this could be disqualified since all work needs to be by the maker. A side note that the mat has slipped. Lovely Sierra scene. The depth of field and sharpness are handled well. The highlights and clouds are blown out. The tree in the right foreground is distracting. Would it have been possible to get under it and pull back the limbs, eliminating them from the image? Overall, the scene is a bit busy. The stream is the main subject, but it takes up only a small part of the frame, so the impact is diluted. Find a way to make the stream a bigger part of the image and exclude some of the branches on the right that don't add much to the picture. It's nice to be so close to wild horses. This is a nice, intimate portrait. The framing is well done. Image needs more depth of field and sharpness. With a close-up like this, you want to see every eyelash and hair detail. The image seems a tad dark. I feel like I need to see more of the foal, especially his nose. I only know that he is nursing from the title. Creative framing idea. Nice work. A little more sharpness on the foreground is needed. Eliminate the house and the car in the foreground by trying a different angle. I suggest moving a bit to the left to center the school building in the opening. This would keep the right side of the building from overlapping the foreground and eliminate some of the unimportant objects to the left of the school. Good timing capturing the moth, which is in a good position. The highlights seem burned out. Try stopping down your exposure. It's tough due to the contrasty lighting. The image needs to be sharper, always a challenge with moving subjects. I'm afraid your shutter speed was too slow to get a crisp capture. Next time, increase the shutter speed and increase your depth of field. You need to get the whole image sharp and possibly the moth and the flower. I suggest cropping a little on the left to eliminate unneeded green area and draw more attention to the moth.